Welcome back, my Duelist friends. Casual Duelist here. Did not pull out the MTG mat today. Instead, I wanted to keep my regular mat up, but I want to talk to you guys about the Commander Spotlight. So, this week I went down to, well, it was actually not this week. It was like a week ago. I went down to my locals. I went to All American Comics and Cards there in downtown Warren. And I went ahead and I went over to the dollar pile and I had to check to see what was up. And I found, well, this among some others, but I found Nikya of the Old Ways. Now, as far as being the casual duelist, I kind of want some casual plays. I think this is going to be a really good place for me to start. As a commander, this one's going to be a red-green color, as we have the red and green pips up in the top and no other color pips or mentions anywhere else in the card text. It's not a terrible cost, especially when you consider green in the mana ramps. We're doing a 5 for a 5/5. The kick here is the first line doesn't really matter because the second line does so much more. So the first line, you cannot cast non-creature spells. So what does that mean? It means no instants, no sorceries, no enchantments, no artifacts, none of it. You get land and you get creatures. So anybody who's like been a fan of Yu-Gi-Oh, this is very like Joey Wheeler early game. Like, my deck is full of monsters. It's going to be perfectly fine. The reason it's going to be perfectly fine, I need you guys to read that last part. Whenever you tap land for mana, add one more mana of any type the land produced. Okay? What does that mean? What does that mean? It means, give me half a second. Let me reach across this table without knocking over the camera, and I'll show you. All right. So I went ahead, I grabbed another commander deck that I do have because I just need a couple land to prove my points. So I'm going to take that. Is it Guildgate? We'll take this basic mountain, and we will choose. No, that's wrong. I mean, it doesn't have to be wrong, but it's wrong. We'll choose the command tower. It doesn't matter. There we go. Boiler works. That's what I wanted. So, as you can probably tell, I have another Izzet deck sitting over here, which is fine. Izzet colors are great. I love me some red-blue. But the way that this is worded is whenever you tap for mana, add one of any type the land produced. It doesn't say produces. So, the reason that's important is any basic land would just create double. If you were to play a card where it is a dual land, like the Guildgate, this creates one or the other. I will double whatever was created. However, if you were to play something like the Boiler Works, you get an option, because this one creates 2 mana when it's tapped, and those 2 mana are 1 blue, 1 red. Again, you would do this for like whatever, Gruul, whatever the land would be, because that would be the red-green. And then, because you created red and green, you could choose to create either another red or another green. I suppose this same thing works with Command Tower too, because again, it is just based on the color that is created and not the colors that are listed on the card. So again, we would probably have a Command Tower in there because again, it just helps us balance between the red and the green and modify. But again, we get to double up stuff. So why would we want all of that with Nikya? The answer is very simple, my friends. Have you heard of Hydras? Hydras are these amazing cards, and they get big like dragons. And by dragons, I mean you pay a base cost plus X, and the X is generally just how much whoop butt they're going to bring to the field. On top of that, you have other good cards like creatures that come into play and either have effects on them. One good copy of this would be like Azuri, the Renegade Leader, because Azuri has an effect on him that is the spell card Overrun. And instead of needing to have the spell card, we can go ahead and activate creature abilities with the mana that we've created as well. So again, it does open like a nice casual bit of play for anybody who wants to use this card. And again, I pulled this out of a $1 box. Cost me $1. So big thanks to Greg for letting me get that. But yeah, what do you guys think? What kind of shenanigans would you add in there? I'm thinking like Craterfoot Behemoth, or Crater, might have been Craterhoof. Behemoth would be nice. I got a mono green sitting here. Let's take a quick peek. Soul of the Harvest would be pretty good. Siege Behemoth would be good. Rampaging Baloths is good, especially considering Landfall is not you playing something that's a spell, but instead you doing stuff. You can even go forward with other things like Gargoyle's Castle, land that becomes creatures or cracks itself into creatures, since it's not exactly a creature and it's not exactly a spell. But then, like, the one I wanted to show you guys was like my Lifeblood Hydra here. And again, all it does is you pay 3, then you pay X, and when it comes into play, it gains X, 1/1 counters on it. And then, of course, when this dies, you gain life equal to, you gain life and draw cards equal to the power that it had. So again, you get these giant tramply Hydras. And this is just the green side. This isn't even like the red side of things. Red has its own different types of tricks. Lots of cards that can just cause damage. You would still be able to use cards like Giant Spell Shaper in order to discard cards and get spell effects. So again, I mean, it's a fun build. It's something fun as like a nice casual piece for you to just like get your game started. But yeah, that's about it. That's it, guys. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. Again, if you're a Yu-Gi-Oh player looking for another game, Magic is really good. Singleton formats are great. They help limit how much money you're going to be spending, because like, even though this one was $1, I can show you I can show you $100 cards or $35 cards nonstop, and to be truly competitive in their game, you would need that, but not always. So that's why we're doing this. So for now, we hope that you guys enjoyed it. You know, support the channel if you liked it. And again, we'll see you guys again here in a little bit. So till the next time, later.